Ready? Yeah, ready? 59. Let's go, D. Let's go.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 30 big ones.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's going to take off with it. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Yep. Air under it, instead he fired an absolute bullet. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. I got it.
Hey, Alpha. Go.
51, Mike, 51. 51. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's caught inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Last week, several good performances in the NFC, but he was the conference's offensive player of the week, well over 100 yards.
And just the ability to make catches. You know, that gets underplayed sometimes because we're always looking for the move or the big run. But catch the football consistently, that racks up the yardage.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turn will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
They fake the give. Newton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later. As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those two hands over his head, that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 16 carries, 67 yards.
Well, we know they clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm with the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long.
70, Indy.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's taken in by Callaway. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. You better break. I'm letting you know. Deep grip.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That'll be taken in the end. Back here, this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Normally, that's not the down and distance that you call a draw play. You usually want to wait the second or third down with a definite passing situation before that play is dialed up.
Here's McCaffrey. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
First carry for the former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check, 59. Get out.
2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep over them. He's got him in. Complete. The 20. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kahale Waring with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On first down, it's Newton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Newton, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. There, a first down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things in.
Looking long for Thomas. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Newton. And his throw here is incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 81 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Harris to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish. But when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than the ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1?
Every single time.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Get that ball. Get that ball. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Record.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. But Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm down. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Undercrush. Ready?
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. He won't go down. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along.
I got you.
Check 13. Check 13.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on second and 8. Newton, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from second to third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On third down, Newton sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This is Scarlett on the carry. And an alley to run. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Now it's Newton. Completes it to Samuel. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. To try here for the extra point.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
59's mark, 59's mark. Check.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
You're not ready. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Looking to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Kahale Waring. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now he's having a nice little...
Downs already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton, Curtis Samuel, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is Harris. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play.
It's going to be a long day. 51, Mike. Mike 51. Too little. Five.
They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Open man is Michael Thomas. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Watch twist. Watch the twist.
They're going to look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, Haywood. Hey.
Let's get in there, Harry. 51, Mike. Mike, 51.
Ready?
They'll look to throw here. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here?
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big 3rd down.
And he's got his target. That's more. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, we got 3 down.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Play action. It's Newton. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Michael Pilar to kick for the 6th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Panthers 14.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded at the goal line.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
51.
Get it.
They'll look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. This is McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go with McCaffrey. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker. And the Saints will have the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Echo. go. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. I don't even know why this team showed up. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
59. Mike 59. And we're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Pilot, 64. Weak. Out.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Come on, set. 50, plant.
Second and 12 at the Panthers' 31-yard line.
Strip that ball.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Dante Jackson picks it. Thomas the intended target. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
Still 3rd down.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Switch. Shift. Back. Go on. Go. Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. That's good for 28 yards.
Let's go.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Topper.
They run it again with Kamara.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now before this second down and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Push off. Go.
Push it back. Mike 5'9".
Second and 11. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and now it's third down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have is chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Now back to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 97 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. That had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They'll run on first down. Hodge. Tackle made by Ole Miss's Marquise Haynes.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Saints 30.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking long for Thomas. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this off field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Kamara has it stripped.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the Trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Newton. And that's complete to Jeffrey. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
General West.
On 1st down, Hodge. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, Hodge. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away.
We got this.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Newton. His throw incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
The Panthers going for it on 4. Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Here's Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Off play action, Newton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Throwing is Newton. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they take a knee.